Namaste everybody, welcome to YogaCandi. My name's Candace and today we have an intermediate class that's going to help you potentially get into mermaid pose. So you guys have actually sent me a few requests via DM on Instagram and also here on YouTube, just saying that you would like a backbending flow. And just the fact that a few people struggled with the mermaid pose last week, which was part of our class, I thought that can be our peak pose today. We'll work towards it. Now remember, there's no need to actually manage to do that pose at all. It may come to you, it may not, maybe in a few years' time, maybe never. But that's okay too. So just do your best and you can always modify. You can always skip the mermaid completely and do something else. Maybe do wheel, maybe just do a simple camel. Just anything that your body is capable of doing if this is just totally out of your practice. I recommend having a block actually, guys, so you can use a block to sit on during your pigeon pose, during your mermaid pose, and pigeon as well if you would like to. And that might help you be able to get at least onto your hands. It may not help get you into the full posture, but we'll just make sure we focus on opening up the right parts of the body to potentially get us into that posture. So just remember to listen to your body, modify when needed, and this class is going to be more minimal cue than anything else, but there will be times when I maybe want to explain something a little further for certain people. So do bear with me and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, we're going to start off tabletop, taking some simple cat-cows. Let's take 5 together. And all the way down for puppy pose. Wave your spine into a kneeling position and taking some side stretches. Just wave from side to side. And now finding some circles and rotating from one side to the other, circling the arm. And then taking it over to the other side. Taking 3 each side. One more. Making our way plank pose. And then downward facing dog. Waving forward to plank. Take a vinyasa, but hold your up dog for a couple of deep breaths. And then downward facing dog. Try not to tuck the toes, so stay with the toes tucked here. So you're balancing on the top part of your toes. And then see if you can slide your feet into a plank. So you're still on the tops of the feet in plank position, and then lower into your up dog. Finding 3 more of these if you can, using your core. Down dog. Sliding to plank. Up dog. Down dog. We've got 1 more. Sliding to plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Taking a little breather here in your dog. Lifting the right leg, step forwards, high lunge. Coming onto the tippy toes of the front leg. Just hold and breathe. Coming down for our pyramid. Step into a fold. Interlace your hands behind your back and allow them to fall up and over. Stretching through the shoulders. Half lift, fold, mountain, extend, left leg, hold, warrior 3, dancer, warrior 3, high lunge on the tippy toes, warrior 2, reverse your warrior, come up onto the tippy toes. Triangle. Warrior 2 on the tippy toes. Into high lunge. Down for low lunge. Take a hold of your left foot, taking a quad stretch. Half Hanumanasana, half split pose. And Vinyasa. Meet me, down dog. Same thing, other side. Left leg forward. High lunge on the tippy toes. Into our pyramid pose. Into forward fold. Allow the hands to fall up and over your head. Half lift, fold, into mountain. Extend right leg. Warrior 3. Dancer. Warrior 3. High lunge on the tippy toes. Warrior 2 on the tippy toes. Reverse warrior. Triangle. Warrior 2 on the tippy toes. High lunge. Get nice and low. Into low lunge, taking a quad stretch. And half split pose, half Hanumanasana. Taking a vinyasa. Into downward facing dog. Jump to yogi squat. taking a bind to the right. And bind to the left. Back to center. Forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Interlacing the hands, allow them to fall up and over. Twist your feet so you're on the knife edge of your feet, getting a stretch down the sides of the legs. Half lift. And Vinyasa. Down dog. Coming into dolphin pose. Walk your feet nice and close. Back to downward facing dog. Lizard pose, right leg forward. Sink nice and low, getting a really deep stretch into that psoas and through the hip. Maybe even take your right hand to the knee and push your knee open, sinking low. Drop the back knee, getting a little deeper. And Vinyasa. Down dog. Lizard pose, left foot forward. Maybe opening through the left knee. Slowly take the back knee down to the ground, getting a bit deeper. And Vinyasa. Meet me down dog. Roll forward plank. And chaturanga. Bring yourself to the belly, baby cobra. Down for bow pose. Back up, downward facing dog. Jump to the top of the mat, fold. Interlace the hands over the head, allow them to fall up and over. Half lift and vinyasa. Down dog. Right side pigeon pose. Now we're making our way into our peak posture of mermaid pose in a moment. So just feel your way out into this pigeon. You can keep that foot nice and close to your hip. Just feeling it out. Maybe taking a little quad stretch if you can. Just pulling it towards your body. Playing around with that foot, seeing if you can get it as close to your armpit as possible. If this is not accessible, just stay in pigeon. You can even go into a sleeping pigeon. Maybe you can tuck it into your armpit or just here by your forearm somewhere. You can always prop your hips up onto a block. Keep your chest facing forwards while you get in deep into this quad stretch. Maybe this is enough for you today and your chest is not open enough to try and do full mermaid pose, and that's okay too. Maybe you can tuck that foot into your elbow and take a grip of the hands behind the head, looking forwards. This takes a bit of quad and hip opening as well as chest opening, so don't worry if it's not coming today. Find your pose that works for you. Keep your chest lifted wherever you are. If you're managing to do mermaid, keep it lifted. And then release your foot. Everybody, just take a sleeping pigeon, taking a little rest here, just 3 breaths. And then make your way to a downward facing dog. Walk your dog. You can take a vinyasa or rest in down dog. Meet me back in down dog. And let's take our pigeon on the left side. Just finding your way into the pose. Make sure there's no pain in your knee at all. Staying up tall to start with, just getting a little stretch into the psoas. And opening up through that left hip. Breathe here. Maybe you can bend through this right foot, and start to bring it closer to you. Maybe you can take a grip and start to draw it close to the body, maybe even tucking it close in towards your armpit. Sitting up tall, lifting the chest. You're lifting from the chest so that you're not sinking into the lower back. Pulling that foot closer and closer to you. Now maybe you can take your full mermaid pose, tucking that foot into the right elbow. And then maybe finding a bind with the hands behind the head. Don't push on the neck and keep the chest forward and lifted. And then slowly release that foot, making our way into a sleeping pigeon. Come on up, make your way to downward facing dog. Taking one more vinyasa. Down dog. Jump through into a seated position. Rolling down onto the spine. Let's take a counter pose and take plow. Taking the legs up and over the head. Slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae, roll your spine down to the ground. Happy baby. And then taking spinal twists. Just taking a twist and breathing. We'll swap sides together in a moment. Enjoy this moment of silence. Twisting in the opposite direction. back to center, making our way into our finding resting pose, Savasana. I'm going to stay with you just for a moment. You can stay as long as you like or end your practice with me. You can continue meditating here or end with me by wiggling your toes and your fingers, then rotating the hands and the feet in one direction, then in the other. Slowly make your way to the side body. Pushing your way into a comfortable seat, eyes still closed. Extend through your right arm, take the fingertips to the floor, lock your elbow and drop your head to the left. Roll the neck over towards the right, extend the left fingertips, take them down to the ground, lock your elbow. Bring your hands back to center and just roll your head side to side. Okay, roll your shoulders in one direction and then in the other. Inhale your hands up and over the head to touch. Draw them to the heart center, bow your head. Namaste, everybody. You can open your eyes. To those of you that are still enjoying Savasana, just allow my words to melt away and continue meditating. To those of you that are finishing with me, I really hope you enjoyed today's class, and I hope that if Mermaid pose was really tough for you, that it's helped open up the body in the right places for you today. If not, don't worry, it'll come with time, and if it doesn't ever come, that's okay too. There's many poses in yoga that my body just will not do, either won't do, or I just haven't spent enough time actually honing that skill, and that's okay, because at the end of the day, yoga is about so much more than the asana. It's about really just tuning in and connecting with our true self. So guys, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. The links are below in the description, or just search for YogaCandi. That's Candy with an I, not a Y. And just sign up to my newsletter if you would like to. I don't send it that often, but when I do, I try to put as much love into it as I can. And you can also get my free ebook by signing up for the newsletter. So if you would like that, then feel free to do so. Until next time, guys, please do let me know. As I said, today's class was requested by you. So if you have any other requests, do let me know and I'll incorporate them for future classes. So yes, leave me comments. Anyway, sending you guys love. Have a lovely day. Bye. Namaste.